Hmm. There we go. Live on YouTube. Today is my best day so far, Richard. I feel actually almost normal today, oddly enough. Yeah, I feel good. Mhm. See, the telegram went out. I haven't shaved my beard off since I got married. Actually, Bodine, my wife won't let me. Yeah, I look better with a beard. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Jack has a class right now. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's right, Paul. I guess so. All right. We'll be getting started in just a minute. 131. Yep. Oxy's making another run up. Triple top right now. See if it breaks it. Oxy is making another run. Warren Buffett's been buying. That's why it's been running up. Uh-huh. That's why I'm watching it. Yep. Really? Quite. Yep. Was it Dave? Is it Dave?
This guy,
Uh,
hey, it always takes one to start. Okay. Um, Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon. Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing in this uneventful market today? Sean says, first good news. I'm on an 8 winning streak, $456.
nice.
Now swinging FedEx, this current position will wipe off. Why do you position yourself so big, man? Oh, God.
Well, sometimes you just hit a losing streak too.
Yeah, that's true. Eric
That's
says, I
happened to
shaved my
me.
beard about 20 years ago. My young daughter screamed, cried, she didn't know who you were, Eric. They're all one contract. Trade one share till you learn what you're doing. Oh, God. Everybody wants to make money. They don't want to learn, Up big because of NVIDIA. Okay. Adam says Etsy 28%, Amazon 1,100, Jack 22%. Hello, Matt. You're there. You go. Thank you, Adam. You gonna go ahead and repost those,
Yep.
Matt?
That's
Now what
funny, iPhone.
what about what about what about what about Dell? Anybody make any money in Dell? Dell, what about Dell? We're getting started in a few minutes here. Brett, 38% on Dell. Come on, don't be shy. Dell, don't tell us it was a beauty. Tell us how percentage you made. Now, Dell, Sue, why are you short Dell right now? Uh, Go ahead and grab all that, Matt.
Hmm.
CEDG, Dell. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and recopy all those.
I got it.
All right. You got them. Go for it.
Hmm.
Grab all those. Nice, 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 nice. We'll be starting in just 1 minute. Want to give the room a few minutes to fill up. Nice. 38% on Dell. Doesn't grow on trees. Doesn't grow on trees. So a few things. Yesterday was a day off for me. Good, Carlos. Grab that from Carlos too. Um, Hidden from everybody. Yeah, why are you guys hiding it from everybody? Post for everybody so everybody could see it. Like Carlos. Yeah, post for everybody. Yeah. Yeah, this market is very uh, I'm not liking this market. So let me share my screen. Let me share my screen here. So first things first, notice how the market, and let me just take my mug off here so you guys more space. Um, yeah, just crappy market. Notice we went up, then we broke down hard. This is a warning sign right here. Then we went right up to the VWAP. And the question now is, are we going to try to test the high again or are we going to test the low? As far as volume is today, as far as volume is today, we're at 7.8 million. Nothing really nothing really worth talking about. I mean, nothing really worth talking about. And right now, the Nasdaq is down 5 points, the S&P's up 5 points, and the Dow's up 44 points. So we're not really seeing a lot of real movement. And that's the thing you have to keep in mind. Grab all those Dell ones from Greg Thomas and all the other ones.
Hmm.
Yeah, very fragmented week, not a lot of stuff going on. Um, One stock that I'm really liking right now is Amazon. I do like Amazon right now. So a few things. This morning I mentioned to you that I'm starting to like the energy sector, the actual crude oil sector, and I'll show you why I like it. I'll show you why I like it. Good, Marshall. I like how you think. Go ahead and grab that from Marshall. Crude oil. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So I like what I'm seeing on crude oil. And this morning I was telling Matt, and before telling Matt, I was actually telling all you guys in the morning feed. I was telling you how I really like in crude oil. Now you could trade USO. You could always trade. Oops, what am I doing here? You could always trade the USO, which is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I was thinking was finding you guys a nice energy stock. So I kept looking and looking and looking today, and I couldn't find anything in my top scan for energy stocks that looked good at all. I mean, everything looked crappy. Um, but finally, I went to my scanner today, and one of the stocks that started poking its head at me, actually, here's what I did. Let me show you what I did. I went up here and I went up to the energies, and then I went up to the oil, and I looked for the ones that had good volume buzz, and I wanted to see a large cap stock here. I think I was under service. I don't remember where I was, but to make a long story short, the stock that stood out was it was Oxy, wasn't it, Matt?
Hmm.
Yeah, it was Oxy. And I told Matt, Oxy looks good. It has this moving, it has the 50-day moving average here, which is gonna cause some issues. But Oxy right now, as soon as it gets above this level, it looks like the best one so far. And then Matt filled in the blank by explaining that the reason why it's doing well right now is because Mr. Buffett
Buffett.
is buying it. Is that correct?
Yep, that is
Yeah,
correct.
that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Usually, when Buffett buys something, he buys quite a lot of it. And I would imagine it all started around here, about the 61. Be careful of the 50-day moving average. If we can get across above the 50-day moving average, I'm going to be starting to get pretty bullish. That's right, Bodine. The Buffett buy signal never fails, right? Never, never fails. As far as the overall market is concerned, let's move this out here. Move this here. This out here. As far as the broad market, I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like the fact that we're up here. The volume is not confirming this. Momentum levels are not confirming it. I don't really care about those five stocks that are causing everything to go up. Just not feeling peachy about the whole environment. So I would say right now it's more of a kind of disclosure forms. Ignore my ignorance, but how do you know? Yeah, he has to disclose that he's buying, and sometimes he discloses it just so he can cause a rise in the stock. Yep, he's been buying Oxy every time it dips below 60. That is very, very true. Very, very, very true. But anyhow, to my point, I'm not liking this. I think we need to here, let me show you something. I think right now, if you look at the SPY, it's too far away from the 8-day EMA, and it's certainly really, really far from the 15-day EMA. So what I'd like to see right now is I think the market, I think the algos are going to get wise to that, and we're going to start seeing some program selling come in the next couple of days, which will push this down um, to the EMA. So, and yeah, and that was, you took the words out of my mouth. That was the next thing I was going to say. TLT starting to cool off. Think we may be at a peak right here, and this may start coming down. That'll put pressure on yield as well, and that's not going to be good. It's not going to be good at all. So overall, I would say this is more of a two-sided market. Also, as I mentioned this morning, I'm not going to talk a lot about this. Just want to point out to you, I like energies right now. Do you think money could be going to Dow and more than QQQ these days? Well, Gaston, if you look at market performance right now, excuse me, market momentum right now, momentum is getting really, really narrow. We're at 38% of stocks overall are trading above the 50-day moving average and only 50. We are like a point away from being in a bear market. Anything below 50 is a bear market. Most folks know that if you have less than 50% of stocks trading below the 200-day moving average, this is just a pullback if you have less than 50%, but that's a bear market. So that fragmentation is only increasing right now. Also, the market moved like this up while the number of stocks trading above the 200-day is moving down. So one of two things is going to happen. We're either going to move money into the Dow or the overall market is going to cool off. The problem is you're not really seeing money coming into the QQQ. If you look at the QQQ, I have no idea, Kanaka. Kanaka, do you usually ask somebody to marry you before you know their name? Analyze the market, analyze the sector, analyze the surroundings, get the area, lay of the land, get to know the family, and maybe then you'll know the answer to your question. But going and narrowing down on the wedding ring before you know somebody's name is not a good way to analyze a person or the market because the market is a living being. And I'm trying to teach you something here. Um, can you explain more about below 50 and what time frame? Everything we're talking about time frame on market analysis is based on the daily time frame. 50, if it's below the 50, it means the market's pulling back. And it just means that there could be a little pullback. Below 50, when you have the market below the 200-day, that's a bear market. When you have a market where 50% of stocks are trading below the 50-day moving average, and look at the Russell 3000, which has all the stocks in it, 39%, 52%. Context, context, context. The context right now is we're on a brink of a bear market. But Roger, Nvidia keeps going up. And I mean, look at the QQQ. 64% of stocks are above the 200-day moving average. That's the top 100 stocks, guys. So the question is not, is the money coming into QQQ or is the money coming into Dow? A better question, that Gaston, is the broad market going to get strong in comparison to those seven stocks, or are those seven stocks going to revert back to the overall market? That is the question. You know, to be or not to be, that is the question. Whether the snowblower has mind to be or not to be, that is the question. Whether the snowblower has in mind peace. It's been 50 years since I learned that stuff. So look, the question is this going to start looking like this? Or is this going to start looking like this? That is the question. And the other question is this slings? Yeah, whether the nobler suffers the strings of and arrows of outrageous force. Thank you. I learned it in fifth grade. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether the nobler, suffers the slings and I remember the nobler. Every year I remember one word less. Yeah, I used to know the whole thing, and every year I remember one word less. And now I'm at the nobler part. So the question is the QQQ going to look like this, or is the QQQ going to look like this? Oh yeah, or to take up arms. You see the problem? So if we have a breakout in the equal weighted QQQ, that'll be beautiful. But if we have a breakdown in the QQQ, oh yeah, 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 nice, nice, nice bread. What I wanted to hear and see. All right, so you guys see the problem we're at right now? That is the problem. That is the problem. And here's the bigger problem while we're already talking about this. And if the bond market decides, if the kid or the bond market decides that, hey, we're not going to lower rates in July, right there. And then maybe even lower. And what do you think that'll do to the market? Not good. So again, so yeah, that crazy kid again, Bodine, that crazy kid again. He's going to be alive and with us till July 30th, and then he dies. Yeah, if the bond market tanks, it's not going to be good. So how am I on the market right now? I'm very neutral on the market. I see the market as being a two-sided market right now. Uh, not seeing anything really that exciting right now. Let me take a quick look at some. That's pretty exciting, actually. Okay. Yes, Clyde is not going anywhere. Owner, what can you get for RSG right now? It's in the money. Matt, maybe you can, after I'm done, maybe you can shed some light on RSG, because I asked you if we're going to liquidate it, and you said it's in the money, so I assumed it has some value, but the spreads were really wide. So let's do that. All right, so let me give you guys my stocks for today. Matt, don't forget,
Lunch.
you have very important things to do. Yes. Good, Cyrus. Good. All right, guys. So SPY has zero volume today. We're at 8.5 million volume. Very, very low volume. I mean, really, really, uh, real garbage here. All right. Like real garbage. And the price action today, we huffed, we puffed, went nowhere. So I'm not really liking this, and I think we're going to come back to the 8-day MA. I'm very neutral right now at best. At best. With that said, here's my short list. Thor Industries. Thor Industries. Put my stop loss right here at about 95 area. I think that would be a good place to put it. Uh, Notice how the intraday and the daily look alike. Brilliant, easy, simple test. And also look at volume as we were going to the downside. Doing really good right now. Let's look at the option chain. We would look at the puts. We would go 29 days out. Right here, 69 delta, 95 put. Let's continue this. I want to move my screen so I could monitor the market while I'm talking to you. There we go. Believe it or not, but I do watch the market all day long. Okay. GGO. Winnebago, Matt. I don't know why it's I don't know why Winnebago sales. I mean, energy prices are not that high right now. I don't know why they're decreasing, but people are not buying Winnebagos right now. Stop at about 59-ish area. 73 delta, 57.50. Yeah, yeah, interest rates, right? People don't buy luxuries when rates are going this way. The first thing that you see when interest rates go up, toys go down in price, meaning your second homes, lake homes, oceanfront homes, motorcycles, scooters, those are the first things that go down. Yeah. Uh Argen, 29 days out, right here at about 137, right PD. Right. Right here. 67 delta. Too spready. Forget it. Scratch. Too spready. Owner, I don't think you can get anything for GDX. If you can, yes. I don't think is it worth anything, Matt?
It's worth a dime.
It's worth a dime. Okay, you could still get something for it. Yeah, I'm leasing one of my cars as well. Yeah, they're both in the similar category. Right here, 3890-ish area, 22 days out, 75 delta, 37 put. And also one was very liquid, the other one was not. Take a look here. Right here, about 110 ZBH, 29 days out, 80, too wide, too wide, too spready. You may be able to buy the 105 and sell the 100. You could do that. That you could do. Um, oh, what a stinker. Only a spread, Michael. Only a spread. What a stinker. And look at the intraday, Matt, and look at the daily. By the way, look how it goes down. Look at that. Goes right up to the VWAP, comes down. I like what I'm seeing here. I would put a stop right here, about 37.80, maybe 38. 29 days to go. Oh, too spready. Oh, too bad. I like this one. I really do like this one. Oh, my daughter's back from France. She's in New York now. She's going to be flying to back to Florida. She was in my daughter was in France for 10 days. First time she's gone without me out of the country. We got to wait for this one to break the 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average. Yeah, you could. Oh, totally, Paul. You could sell short. Yes, yes. If the options are a no-go, you could totally sell short. EXP needs to break below the 200. I like and notice how the intraday, daily, and intraday are looking. I love those. She had a great time. I haven't talked to her. I mean, I texted her, but I haven't talked to her in 10 days. She went with her boyfriend and then his grandmother and his uncle. So there was some supervision there, but they grow up too fast. They grow up too fast. When I met you guys, she was just a hair older than Rachel is right now. Shoot. She's almost 20. She's going to be 20 in July next month. Yeah. Yeah. Too fast. Too fast. This has to break the 200 before we're ready to move on it. This one looks beautiful. Doesn't it look great, Matt? Look at that. Looks like it's going to pull back down. I like this one. Right here, right at the 200 and the 15, they meet at 306. Buying spreads or buying debit spreads? It depends, Mark. It depends if I can get a good. Depends. It depends on several factors, like the cost of the option, how wide the spread, how expensive the stock, which is why some of these I'm picking the spread, and you'll notice that usually it's the very expensive stocks where you see the put either very spready or it's too expensive. And I make an effort on showing you both. Like here, for example, this is a perfect example. You couldn't have brought this up at a better time. So if we go to this point 70 here, it's like $19. The spread is too wide. So we'll go down right here to the 47. We'll go to the 290 and we'll do the 290 versus the 280. And the rule is we need to make sure that we're spending about $5 for every 10 spread, which is usually the case. $4, about, yeah, yep, we got it right here. 290 versus 280. So you see how we just did the opposite of what I thought we were going to do, because when we start seeing the spread and the price is too wide, turns me off. Even this one's a little too pricey. Although this isn't bad. The 300 put, excuse me. Don't forget, Matt, I have a class in half an hour.
Yep.
All right, let's do the long side now. Yeah, QQQ's coming off again. I'm telling you, this is not a great day to every trade we would have taken would have almost every trade we would have taken would have just lost money or just not done anything today. So far, so far. Let's continue. Bev, the expensive one is the one I'm buying. The cheap one is always the one I'm selling. Yeah, floundering like all right, let's talk stocks. GEV, 50-day moving average would be my stop right at 160. Got to give these things a little room. Triple witching tomorrow. That's why I'm saying you got to be careful right now. Don't do anything stupid. People love to trade their way to losses instead of just sitting and waiting for the iron to strike hot. Like here, we would do a spread. We would go to the 50, the 185 call, and then we would go down to see here. Yeah, we would be buying the 185, selling the 195. See, you're buying the expensive one, you're selling the cheaper one. Good for you, Cyrus. Good for you. We took several winners today in several programs off the table, including Dell, Bank of America, Walmart, and one more I'm forgetting. We took some profits today. Hopefully, you guys participated in them. It's not fun when any and Affirm. Thank you, and Affirm. Yes, yes, Affirm. That was a wild ride, right, Steve? Okay, so yeah, we would yeah, right here, 185. All right, let's continue. Oh, Campbell's soup. Look at you, Kathy. Campbell's soup. Colgate. Triple witching is when you have option expirations, the weeklies, the dailies, and the monthlies. Yeah, Dell. Nice. 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 Yeah, quarterly too. He's right. Yeah. Well, basically all the option expirations is tomorrow. And I don't like what I'm seeing with the market right now. For this one, we would go 22 days, actually 29 days out, 68 delta, 95 calls. There's hardly any institutions trading right now. And if that's the case, then the stupidest thing we could be doing is being aggressive right now with the market. Uh, Crocs. I still like Crocs. Nice. Nice, Robert. Robert made 30% on Dell, 30.5 to be exact. I like the long-term trend here. This is not a stock that you want to day trade, but this is a stock you want to position trade when it hits the 8 day right here. Yeah, I think you're right, Cyrus. I think you're right. How many times have I given you this stock? I can't even count that high. We'll go 22 days out, actually 29 days out because it's a grinder. 79 delta, 150 call. And don't forget, guys, in about half an hour, I'm going to be in a class. Yeah, they're rolling right now. Ahead, Paul, they're actually rolling ahead right now. By the way, that Crocs trade, if you get Steve, that's a A-line trade. That's a accumulation line trade. That's an 8 day moving average trade. Doc says, what are your thoughts on the impact XLK buying Nvidia and dumping a Apple? It's just a rotation. They're still staying in the S&P 500. Crocs is 29 days out, guys. 29 days out. What you could do is you could buy the 160 call and you could sell the 165 call on Crocs. Only cost you about $2.30. Let's continue. Home Depot. Now, why do I like Home Depot? It's entering this gap and it wants to break the 100. Now, I would not like it here. I would only like it if it goes above this level, 356. So we're not going to do anything on it right now. We're just going to sit tight. And we'll put Clyde on it so he can watch it carefully, okay? Let's get Clyde to earn his keep around here, okay? Gonna just watch it right now. IRM. I like it. I like it. And it's still not that far away from the 8 day. I'm not loving how it's moving right now intraday, but I'm not really loving anything right now. He does love to watch things. And he loves triple witching, by the way, Ken. It's his favorite day of the week. Hmm. We would go 29 days out. We would go to 79 Delta. And we would go to the 85 call right here. 29 days out on IRM. Talked about this stock dozens of times. I like how it's consolidating here. Planet Fitness. I'm actually going to try them out when I go to New York. I'm going to New York next week, guys. I think I'm leaving Wednesday. I won't be here Wednesday through Sunday. I'll give you my schedule before I leave, but I am leaving next week to New York. This is my, I'm going, this summer, I'm going to two places. I'm going to Winnipesaukee and I'm going to New York. I'll be trading from Winnipesaukee full time there. The only day I'll be gone is the day I'm leaving and the day I'm coming back. But New York, I want to spend some time with my family because I missed last year. They went without me because I had nerve pain and I couldn't go. And I don't want to be, uh, not Lutherans. Yeah, he's a good trader, Clyde. So Planet 29 days out, about 68 Delta, 70 call. Yeah, I want to have a little Winnipesaukee. Winnipesaukee. We went there a few years ago and we had a really great time. I like this GMed right now. It looks great. One thing, by the way, if Feds continue raising, not continue raising rates, but if they keep this posture, you're going to start seeing more consumer staple and healthcare stocks come up. The GMed is 76 Delta, 65 call. BAC. I like Bank of America. Now, I know we got rid of it today. I know we did because I'm not liking what I'm seeing right now, but overall, I'm still liking Bank of America. I told Matt to get out of it because I think we can get back in at a better price. And so far, I think I'm right about that because it's just coming back down. Ideally, I'd like to get it right here somewhere, like right around. This would be a swing trade, and I would like to get it somewhere around the 39.50, 39.60 area. But that's kind of what I'm looking at. I was just talking about Bank of America and saying how I like it still, but I'd like to get it at a better price. I'd go about 29 days out. These options are very liquid. I would go with the 69 Delta, which puts us at a 39 call. Oh, good to know. Thanks, Penny. Yeah, tomorrow, guys, and just so you know, tomorrow's option expiration is the largest out in history. We're looking at 5 trillion option expiration. $5 trillion option expiration. We're going to see some volatility. Okay. So don't be careful. Be careful. Um, TJX, a little bit deviated from the EMA, but I sure love how it's looking. 15-day 107 right here would be your stop loss. You would go about 29 days out at this point, 87 Delta, 105 call. 5 trillion, Ken. 5 trillion. So just to give you some perspective, I think that's pretty good perspective, actually. VTR. I like how it's moving. I like how it's consolidating here. Um, it's Google option expiration is going to affect all stocks, and Google is one of the biggest stocks, so it's definitely going to affect option expiration. The option expiration affect Monday. It would affect everything for tomorrow. It wouldn't affect anything on Monday, but tomorrow's trading action could impact Mondays. It depends what it does tomorrow. It's like a contingent question. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. If it has an impact tomorrow, it'll obviously impact Monday because there will be stops and triggers that are based on, and volume isn't high. So we can see a whopper tomorrow, guys. That's why I'm not being very aggressive right now. This is why I don't want to stay in a lot of positions right now. Yes, Sean, that's exactly what it means. It means a storm is coming. What's the best thing to do during a storm? Stay nice and toasty inside. I would put my stop around 49 here. I would go about 29 days out. 86 Delta, 47.50 would be my calls. And last but not least, international paper. Like this quite a bit, but my stop at 44.20-ish would go about 29 days out, 71 Delta. Actually, I would go 92 Delta because they're not expensive and it's tight here. And I would go to the 42.50s. Lastly, before I let you guys go, I'm going to be talking about some cool stuff. Uh, why we it'll be a lot of fun. Don't miss out. What are you asking, Jason? Good morning. This is Jason. Are you still going to show us how to track big money, institutional money? I heard that this morning talking about. Jason, I've been talking about it nonstop for the last 38 minutes or so. That's what I do every day here. That's like literally what we talk about every day here. Yeah. When you down 95% in FedEx, I'll roll. Yeah, yeah. FedEx is, I don't even know what you're talking about. Anyways, paper trade Amazon day trade today. We're done and earned $300. Good, Angie. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. All right, Matt, take us through seasonality. And remember, I'll be doing a class on institutions at in about 20 minutes. Don't miss out. Yeah, 5 trillion triple witching tomorrow. And I'll talk about it at my noon class, which is coming up. All right, shortly. Take it from here, Matt.
Okay. All right. Here is seasonality. Start with the sectors on the long side. Still not a lot to do here. Really nothing to do here. And I am sharing my screen today. I had a false start yesterday. All right. Here's the short side. Looks better than the long side. Number on industrials is really interesting to the short side. 212 profit factor. That really doesn't mean much. It is quite abnormal to see that high of a number. Financials also strong to the short side in that system. Those are the strongest, but solid show out from consumer discretionary and healthcare as well. And on 10-day hold, we're actually starting to get a little life over here. Consumer staples is probably the strongest. Actually starting to look like a buy. Everything else, it's getting up there. These profit factors are improving. So that's good. Accuracy probably needs another couple days to cook. But hopefully leaning towards the long side sooner than later. But for today, we're still pretty short. 56 on the long side. Oop, 319 on the short side. It's a very high number there. Still leaning very short overall in the market. Again, that's seasonally. Look at the SPY. Holy cow. 21 trades, 100% win rate to the short side today on the SPY. 21. I'm going to recheck that, make sure that's not an error. That's crazy. And that would be shorting today at the close. Can I check Google seasonality? Yeah. They're both very strong. You're welcome. Oh, good, Alan. That's what the data says. I am going to recheck that. Uh, Actually, let's recheck it right now. Why not? We'll do it live. No, we don't want that. Let me just write a script real quick. Actually, it's a short side, so it's be short. Yep. So there it is. Yep. 100%. Silver. Let me check. Mixed bag on that. Low accuracy, but you made money. So I wouldn't take it either way based on seasonality. Broadcom, not great. I don't know if I have that one. No, I don't have that one. Uh, VLO, I do. Not very good. Sure. I will explain that. Beverly said, if you're watching on YouTube, when I said ABGO is not great, what do I mean? So I'm looking at a couple things. One, this profit factor, it's above one, so it did make a little bit of money, but it's not good. I mean, that's barely breaking even. But conversely, more importantly, actually, is this accuracy right here. So you only won 33% of the time. And for seasonality to be your edge, you do need the accuracy to be high. That's kind of the whole point. So that is why. You're welcome. Mhm. Just making sure I got all the questions. Still 11:49. ARE? Yeah. Yeah, it does. Not ARV, but ARE. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right, that's gonna do it. Here's the link again. What what are you going over today? Gotcha. Trading pit, long stocks, triple witching tomorrow, which would be very interesting. You're welcome. Bye, everyone.